Good afternoon. We'll go ahead and get started. Just injury update for you all here. Limited today will be Mitch Morse and Robert Foster, and Ty will not practice. So with that, we'll open up to your questions.
Hey, Sean, how much of a concern at this point is Mitch's situation with that finger? How much of a concern is it with 2 days before the game?
Yeah, we'll see. I'll know more after we get through practice today. See how he does.
Encouraging that Robert's going to be limited, considering it looks like he was in a lot of pain when he pulled up.
Yeah, we'll see. See how he does today, and again, just that'll be a big look at how he's doing out there.
Hey, Coach, did Devin, with what was probably the heaviest workload he's had all season, did the performance that he gave the team maybe confirm anything for you that you were, I'm not saying you were wondering about anything, but it did confirm some things, seeing him come through a heavy workload and perform for you?
I mean, I just think it's another step for Devin, really. Step for him and his development, and I thought he had a really good week of practice. This is another week, a new week, and it'll be a challenge for our offense going against a good defense, Chris, and another step for us as a football team, going against a really good football team. And so, big challenge for us, not only on the offensive side, but in all three phases.
How do you balance recovery from one game and getting prepared to play in such a short time?
Yeah, I mean, it's we've handful of exposures, experiences in my career, and the coaching staff's sample as well. So we've leaned on each other, the experience that we've had together, the things we've learned from those experiences, and then we've just tried to take advantage of our time and be efficient with our time here.
Talking to John Feliciano after the game, he said the upside of a week like this is kind of roll the ball out and go play. Do what you can do best. Is there some upside to something like that?
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, you get to a point where you're saying, hey, how much can they handle, and they got to go play. And so that's a delicate balance for us as a coaching staff, and for them is what do we prioritize during a week like this where you're challenged from a time standpoint, Josh? Yeah.
Sean, obviously your defense has played really well all year, but do you get the sense that with this offense you're facing, number one in several categories, that you might have to play a game that you're going to need to score some points, but your defense has been good, but this is really an elite offense? Do you feel like your offense is maybe on the spot a bit?
Yeah, it's an elite offense. It'll be a big challenge for us defensively. They've got, as we saw yesterday, as I mentioned, I think it's 5 players with 30 or more catches. You don't often see that on one team year to year, and so with Witten, with Cooper, Gallup on the other side, Cobb in the slot. Obviously Ezekiel and Dak and what they do, and then they've got Pollard, their young back, doing a good job, all with their offensive line that's playing at a high level, and they're tough to defend, real tough.
Why are they so good at creating explosive plays in the pass game?
I think they've got explosive players. They've got receivers that can run and run past people, and they do a good job protecting up front, giving Dak time, and Dak's really playing at a high level, an elite level, in my opinion. So, they've got a very potent offense.
What do you see from Jason Witten after a year in the booth?
Yeah, I don't think much has changed. A lot of respect for Coach Garrett, number one, this football team, number two, and then in this case, chances to be around him at the Pro Bowl and just watch him and his habits, and a lot of respect for Jason and the way he does things off the field, number one, then the way he handles himself on the field, too.
Sean, Dallas has defensive advantage of pass rushers on either side of the line, Robert Quinn and Marcus Lawrence. So what kind of challenge do the two of them present when working in tandem?
Yeah, they're very qualified passers just in terms of what they've done. Their resumes speak for themselves, right? I mean, to have one and DeMarcus, and then they added Robert. Very few teams have two, and then they just added the big man inside. Yeah, so it's they've got some weapons that we have to contend with and on that front, and they like to get after the quarterback, and they're long and big and fast. So that'll be a big challenge for us up front.
The offensive line has allowed 4 sacks, I think, over the last 4 weeks. Going back to the beginning of the year, this is an offensive line we've never played snappy. Your thoughts on Bobby Johnson and kind of what he's been able to do and get these guys to mesh so well?
Yeah, he's done a good job. He really has. And at the end of the day, for coaches, for us as coaches, it's about developing a relationship, and within that relationship, trust. And he's done a phenomenal job to this point of that, along with Terry Heffernan, and in terms of our offensive line coaches there. So, it's been nice to see that position come together. Bobby's a really good teacher. He cares about his players, and does some good things within the game also in terms of his communication with Brian, and so it's good to see.
What's it like playing in this stadium that you're going to?
I've been there a few times. It's a big stadium. A lot going on the perimeter. Big scoreboard. So it's probably like a lot of these new stadiums. Everyone seems like they're trying to one up the other, but it's at the end of the day, it's a Thanksgiving Day game, and we're honored to play in it from that standpoint. A lot of tradition around that too.
What kind of opportunity does playing on Thanksgiving provide you? I mean, Buffalo kind of operates under the radar. It's just the nature of the league, it seems, and this is arguably the biggest regular season game, the most paid attention to regular season game in the league.
What opportunity does it playing on Thanksgiving? So, it's an opportunity for us to take another step this season as a football team, and I think our players are aware of that, and we've got a short week to prepare, so it's important, like we've talked at length in here, about getting rest and prioritizing what and how we want to do things this week, and and also being grateful for Thanksgiving and all that we've been blessed with as well.
Have you had any talks with Cole about him going back to a place where he lived his whole life until this year? Have you spoken to him about the Cowboys playing there, any of that stuff?
A little bit, I'd say, just over the course of my relationship with Cole. But he's a pro. He knows how to handle himself, and I'm sure he'll be excited for the opportunity. And he's I'm glad he's on our team, honestly, just from the standpoint of what he's added to our football team with his personality, with his competitive fire, and he's got a great family behind him. So we've benefited from having him with us.
When a player like Amari Cooper is held without a catch, how much more dangerous does that make him in the next game?
Listen, whether he's held without a catch or he's coming off of 20 catches, which he's done before. I mean, he's a dangerous receiver in the league, and he's an elite player. Like I said, you don't have the number one ranked offense without having weapons like they've got at quarterback, offensive line. I mean, you go across the board. They're a talented offense, and it starts with their offensive line.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.